Howard High School for Game 1 in this 3A Regional Semifinal Playoff Series between the Howe Lady Bulldogs and the Whitewright Lady Tigers. First, let's meet the visiting Lady Bulldogs from Howe. At shortstop, number 17, Aaron Blackburn. Playing center field, number 27, Peyton Streetman. In left field, number 10, Peyton Tinney. At first base, number 7, Kayla Anderson. On the mound tonight for the Lady Bulldogs, pitcher number 22, Tori Stubblefield. At second base, number 11, Madison Hargrove. In the DP spot, number 6, Danny Ross. In right field, number 14, CC Counts. At catcher, number 5, Emily Sanders. In the flex position at third base, number 2, Peyton Griffin. Substitutes tonight for the visiting Lady Bulldogs are number 1, Peyton Groves. Number 3, Cameron Fullencheck. Number 9, Maddie Mullins. Number 12, Hunter Bruckelman. Number 15, Jessica Doty. The Lady Bulldogs are coached by head coach Adam Rupert and assistant coach Jordan Dusick. And now for the home team, the Lady Tigers of Whitewright.
Good evening and welcome through the magic of internet radio broadcasting to the Region 2 semifinal championship between the Howe Lady Bulldogs and the Whitewright Lady Tigers. Both teams with dominant pitchers starting tonight in the opening game of the series. Freshman Tori Stubblefield for Howe and senior Tori Perkins for Whitewright, and some Howe ties from Miss Perkins of Whitewright, the senior hurler whose parents are both graduates of Howe High School. Michael Perkins, the class of 1985, and Wendy Oswald Perkins, the class of 1991. But their daughter will be pitching against Howe tonight in this Region 2 semifinal classic. But Tori Stubblefield, the freshman, will be on the hill for the Lady Bulldogs, and she comes with a 10-0 record and just some very impressive stats of her own. Tori Stubblefield, 85 innings so far in 2015. We mentioned she's 10-0. 46 walks, 122 strikeouts. That's an amazing strikeout to innings pitch ratio for Stubblefield. And the amazing thing about this team overall in general is the youth of the Howe Lady Bulldogs. Only 2 seniors will start tonight. Christina Counts will start in right field. And Peyton Tinney, of course, the big hitter for the Lady Bulldogs, will start in left field. Other than that, they're all freshmen or sophomores here in this 4-round playoff game for the first time ever in school history. The Whitewright Lady Tigers, however, are chock full of seniors, and a lot of them will be playing tonight. And we'll go over the starting lineups in just a moment as they are introducing the Whitewright Lady Tigers right now. If you jumped on a little early, you got to hear the opening ceremony with all of the Lady Bulldogs introduced to the crowd. Joining us in the booth, as always, Michael Mosier. Welcome. This isn't a football broadcast, but welcome. It's going to be a little bit different tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Let's pause just for a moment for our national anthem.
You see by the dawn's early light, once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walk.
interesting. They got Carrie Underwood here tonight to sing the national anthem. Yeah, actually, that was the recording, but very nice done. We had a really big breeze coming through earlier in the pregame. Kick that mic down just a little bit. The pregame had a wind coming straight out. Really, I think, I want to say, and let me check this, I think this field kind of looks northeast. I'll have to check that to make sure, but I believe that's right. And if that's in fact the case, I believe the wind was coming straight out of that northeast. I have one of these iPhones that you have to calibrate, so it takes forever. Actually, this field is due north. Center field is straight due north, just a little bit, maybe just a little bit to the northeast, but that wind was coming in pretty good. Unlike Globe Life Park or the ballpark in Arlington, whichever you prefer, when the flags are blowing in, that does not mean the ball's going to jump out of here tonight. That means the wind is blowing in, and it's going to be harder to hit the ball out of the ballpark tonight.
You know, this is definitely different than a football game, calling-wise, but it's going to be a good game. This, if both these teams show up to play, we may be here for a while.
Yeah, these are two very, very good softball teams. Of course, when you get to the fourth round, everybody's good. Let's go over the starting lineup for Howe. Leading off at shortstop, Aaron Blackburn. And Blackburn is a freshman. Listen to these freshmen and sophomores. Batting second in center field, Peyton Streetman. She's also a freshman. Batting third in left field, Peyton Tinney. She's a senior. And batting fourth at first base is Kayla Anderson. And Anderson is a sophomore.
Now leading off for the Lady Bulldogs.
Batting fourth is Stubblefield. She's a freshman. Batting fifth is Hargrove. She's a sophomore. Batting sixth is Ross. She is a sophomore. Batting eighth is Christina Counts, and she's a senior. And Emily Sanders will catch and bat ninth. Here is Blackburn showing bunt. Takes ball one. And we are underway at the Region 2 Semifinal Classic here in Prosper, Texas. A cloudy, chilly evening. Not what
Chilly
one would expect.
Chilly for May, the end of May at that. It definitely a little cooler than we were expecting.
Again, we've got Perkins on the mound, who's thrown several no-hitters this year, and she throws high for ball two as Blackburn spun around to show bunt once again, and it's 2-0. Around the infield for Whitewright, from third to first, is Crane, Hattie Shope, Clark, and the sister, which is Anna Shope, at first base. Melikar behind the plate. There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Blackburn as we're just underway here. From left to right is Mangrum, Caraway, and Kate for the Lady Tigers of Whitewright. Blackburn still showing bunt on a 2-1 count. Perkins winds, throws, and there's a ball, 3-1. So a nice start for the Lady Bulldogs. And being very patient so far is the leadoff hitter Blackburn, who actually leads the team in walks with 11. Squaring around here again on a 3-1 count. Turns around and tries to chop the ball to the left side rather, and just rolls foul. And we have a full count now, 3-2, as we're just underway here in Prosper, Texas, between Howe and Whitewright, the Region 2 Semifinal Softball Classic.
There's several people made the trip.
And the pitch is on the outside corner. That one must have caught all black. There's one out as Blackburn strikes out. And there's one away for Streetman, who comes up. Blackburn was left-handed. Streetman now right-handed. When she bunts, she has a tendency to flip around to the left side, but not showing bunt right here.
Yeah, this girls played a lot of softball this year. special.
Back-to-back freshmen and back-to-back ball ones to start the hitters here for Perkins.
They look coming up the bleachers here at you, Monty. Wearing the Texas orange.
It must be a Swoops.
Yes, sir. That's Tyrone.
Tyrone Swoops. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the middle. Knocked off Perkins' glove over to the shortstop. And Peyton Streetman is safe at first. A nice play to recover was Hattie Shope. It went off Perkins' glove towards the shortstop. Shope picked it up, fired it to her sister at first base. But by the time all of that happened, Streetman, who runs pretty well, made it down the line. And Howe has their first runner of the game.
Yeah, she had her wheels on.
So a runner at first with one out here in the top of the first, no score from Prosper, Texas. Perkins winds and deals. Streetman shows like she's going to steal, but decides to come back. Not much wind now. Maybe about a 10-mile-an-hour wind out of the northeast.
It's picked up a little bit again.
Perkins winds and deals, and there's a strike call. Pickoff attempt at first base, and Streetman is back. 2 balls and no strikes for Peyton Tinney at the plate. Tinney leads the Lady Bulldogs in just about every category as far as power goes. She has 10 doubles, batting .517 on the season, a .833 slugging percentage. Perkins deals. Streetman tries to seal second base, and she is safe.
Yep, successful.
So 2 balls and 1 strike now, and Streetman has stole second base with a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And this is where the Lady Bulldogs can be dangerous with Tinney at the plate with a runner in scoring position, because she does lead the team in that category, batting .556 with runners in scoring position. Streetman now at second base. And there is looks like another ball. Oh, that actually they had the count reversed. It's now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Perkins will wind, and a foul ball hit right back over our head. 2 balls and 2 strikes will remain. 1 out, and Streetman on second base. Tinney at the plate.
Yeah, that ball would have went the other direction. She might have hit that over pretty close to over the fence.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Streetman at second base. The wind and the deal is high. There's ball 3. Perkins a little bit wild, has gone full count now on 2 of the 3 hitters she's faced so far tonight. Little chilly evening, and the windows go up.
Yeah.
Press box got kind of chilly.
Yes, it did. That air conditioner.
Air conditioner works pretty good. There is a swing and a miss, or foul tip rather. The ball was up and in. Tinney liked it and couldn't lay off of it and tipped it right back to the screen. We have a 3 ball and 2 strike count on the scoreboard with 1 out, and Streetman at second base after the steal.
That wind's beginning to die back down again.
Here's a full count pitch, fouled right back. Right back over our heads for the second long foul ball behind us. If you're just joining in, there's no score here in Prosper, Texas. Lady Bulldogs are batting in the top of the first inning. Blackburn struck out. Peyton Streetman singled and stole second base. And here's Tinney, who just walked. So now runners on first and second with 1 out for the Lady Bulldogs. And clutch hitting Kayla Anderson coming up to the plate.
Yeah, a lot of the same faces, and looked like we saw a couple, maybe an old face come in. Yeah, look, Coach Rogers sitting over here on the Howe side.
I was going to say, don't talk about Norman Dickey like that.
No, would never do that.
Here's Anderson, right-handed batter, swung on and a dribbler out to second base, going to be fielded and thrown to first. There's 2 outs. Streetman and Tinney advance second to third. And Anderson moves the runners, but not the big hit that you have grown to expect from Anderson in that situation. So Stubblefield, a tremendous power hitter as well for the Lady Bulldogs. Of course, the freshman comes in with a .432 batting average, leads the teams in RBIs with 30, and tied for the lead with 32 hits. Here's the pitch. It's going to be popped up to the first baseman, Anna Shope, who makes the catch, and no runs score. We're going to take a quick timeout. I want to thank our sponsors for making this possible. We'll be back in just a moment with more Howe Lady Bulldog softball. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. Welcome back to Prosper, Texas. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. Stephen Braswell, who's spotting for us tonight. It's a little bit different to spot in softball than it is in football. There's a lot more going on, a lot more to see in football games. And big thank you to Mr. Braswell for coming over here tonight and taking a look at things we can't see in this softball game as action goes on.
Yeah, there's a lot more town time in softball than there is football.
We'll see how Stubblefield reacts in this fourth round of the playoffs. She had trouble in the last series in the very first game. Very wild against Brock in the first game. In the first inning, actually, Madison Hargrove came in to relieve her to kind of calm things down and get those outs to keep the game, or keep the lead rather, 3-2. And once things settled down, Stubblefield came back in the game and was pretty much dominant after that. Had some issues with control, but really overall had an outstanding performance. I believe she rebounded with 13 strikeouts in that game one, which is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, she's a very good pitcher.
Now, Whitewright in all black pants and black tops. Howe in black pants and white tops for tonight's regional semifinal action. Leading off for Whitewright will be Tucker Caraway. And behind her will be Sierra Kate, and then Hattie Shope, and then her sister, Anna Shope.
Center fielder, number 11, Tucker Caraway.
And then C.J. Crane will bat fifth. Melikar bats sixth. Swoops will bat seventh. The pitcher Perkins bats eighth. Clark ninth. And Mangrum is the flex. And here's strike one from Tori Stubblefield. Starts her performance with a strike where Perkins did not. However, Perkins did not allow a run in the first inning, but did allow two base runners. Stubblefield's second pitch is a changeup for strike two. Slow pitch.
That was pretty slow, and she fell for that one.
So the 0-2 pitch, and Stubblefield toes the rubber again. Shakes the ball in her right hand. Winds and deals another slow one that just barely finally comes in. It's one of those like It's one of those pitches you used to see on the Bugs Bunny cartoons where the guy swings 3 times and he's out on that one pitch.
Right, before it ever gets there.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the first inning, Stubblefield winds, deals, line drive to the third baseman, Griffin, and she grabs it for the out. So 1 up and 1 down here for the Lady Bulldogs in the bottom of the first inning. No score here in Prosper, Texas.
Yeah, this may be how it goes all night long. Back and forth, pitching battle.
So here's Sierra Kate for Whitewright, and she takes high, ball 1. Around the infield for the Lady Bulldogs from third to first is Griffin, Blackburn, Hargrove, and Anderson at first. Stubblefield on the mound, Sanders catching. From left to right is Tenney, Streetman, and Counts. Stubblefield winds, and it's high and outside for ball 2.
That's all freshmen, sophomore, except for the 2 seniors, correct?
That is correct. The only junior on the squad is Jessica Doty, and she will play first base at times on occasion. Big power hitter will come off the bench.
You know, this is fantastic for this program. These young kids coming up.
There's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. The high hard one, and Stubblefield, the freshman, showing that she's going to be around here for a long time, and it's going to be quite a career she'll put together when it's all said and done in Howe. Of course, her mother was a coach for Howe back in the late 90s when they went 3 rounds deep, which was the previous high for the Lady Bulldogs. There's a swing and a foul back. 2 and 2, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. No score from Prosper, Texas. Interesting that 4 rounds deep, these 2 towns so close together and been in the same district for so many years. Parents know each other, parents on different teams. There's the pitch and another swing and a miss. And that one is strike 3. Throw it around the horn, 2 outs.
Yeah, there's a lot of these people know each other. A lot of these kids play together.
I know I graduated with someone who is in the stands for Whitewright.
You know, and we got CJ Crane. You know, her dad was here. He was, athletic director 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities with these communities. Stubblefield, there's the slow one again, and that one is taken high, ball 1, as Hattie Shope steps to the plate, the shortstop, sophomore, and is the daughter of the head coach. Head coach Phil Shope. There's an outside high hard one, and Stubblefield all of a sudden is behind the batter again, 2-0. I'd like to thank you for listening to this Region 2 semifinal softball game. I want to thank Independent Bank and also Baker Air Conditioning for sponsoring this broadcast. We'll be here all weekend. There's a high hard one for a strike call. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's the band director, Angie List, steps up. And her husband, Andre, a Howe graduate of 1985, or 86 rather. There's a liner out to Hargrove at second base. She'll make the catch, and that's the end of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. No score here in Prosper, Texas. The Lady Bulldogs coming up in the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. Welcome back.
You know, sitting here looking around, there's a lot of staff and a lot of the school staff here. It's kind of strange to look out and see Coach Hudson standing on the sideline, in the coaching box.
Yeah, athletic director Zach Hudson is coaching first, and Jordan Dushek is coaching third here. As it always happens, when somebody makes a great defensive play, they always lead off the inning, and as does Madison Hargrove here. She takes ball one. And Adam Rupert, the head coach of the Howe Lady Bulldogs, and may have liked, well, here's a swing and a foul back. May have liked Coach Hudson at first base so much the last game that decided to keep him out there.
Yeah, it's just strange to look down. You know, he's used to him being on the sideline in a football game.
Yeah. Here's the deal, and Hargrove bounces it, and it actually hits off of her, and that'll be a foul ball. She'll have to come back. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. She dribbled it right out in front of the plate. Would have been tough to get her out had it not hit her.
Like it might have bounced off that outside leg.
Rupert actually has to sit out a game for being ejected last week. So that's why we have our athletic director coaching first base. Here is Hargrove, and she'll take up and in, ball 2 to even the count. Perkins has thrown 4 pitches to, I believe, almost every hitter so far in this ball game. No score here in the top of the second inning. Perkins winds and deals, and that's inside, but it's called strike 3 right at the knees on the inside corner, and Hargrove is out. And there's 1 out for the Lady Bulldogs.
Up next for the Lady Bulldogs.
And sophomore Danny Ross, the left-handed hitter, now steps in. Ross leads the team in at bats. She's actually tied with Stubblefield for that lead. She does outright lead the team in triples with 5. The left-handed hitter will step in now, call time, and now she digs in. Perkins ready with 1 out here in the top of the second. A bunt over to the left side, and hustling down from third base was Crane, but not able to get there in time as the ball does finally hit the turf. But Crane was on the move, ready for that bunt.
Yeah,
from third base.
Yeah, she was headed that direction.
Playing about maybe 10 feet in front of third base. Ross acts like she's going to square, and now shoots it down the left field line, actually over the dugout and out of play. And Ross now finds herself in the hole 0-2 with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Both the corners playing in front of the bag, and there's an outside pitch just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes, but it worked in Ross's favor there.
It did, didn't it?
Up behind Ross is Christina Counts, right-handed hitter in the on-deck circle. Perkins with the 1-2 pitch. She winds and deals. It's outside, and Ross swings and misses. There's the first 2 strikeouts of the game for Perkins, and you start to get to wonder if she's starting to heat up a little bit. Actually, that's the 3rd strikeout of the night, as Blackburn led off the game with a strikeout looking. So quickly 2 outs here in the top of the second inning, and Christina Counts, one of the 2 seniors on this Lady Bulldog team, will step up to the plate. The umpires are out of the Tyler division. There is strike 1 swinging different set of umpires than that were in the Brock tournament, and a lot of Howe fans will be happy about that.
Yeah, that I'll work with a guy that officiates, and he's been doing a lot of softball in this area, but he said they went with the UIL on this one.
Perk actually counts, takes high for ball one, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Perkins on the rubber. Hand over the head, swings, and just chopped at the plate, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now all of a sudden Perkins is starting to get ahead of every hitter.
Yeah, that might have been a defensive swing. Maybe thinking it was going to hit her on the inside.
Yeah, you foul off the good ones. And there's a pitch just on the outside part of the plate, just off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, you taught to just kind of get rid of those pitches that are not your pitch, foul them off, the ones that are on the corners, and then drive the ones you like. And there's a swing and a miss. Perkins strikes out the side, her 4th strikeout of the night. And we will head to the bottom of the 2nd inning when we return to Prosper, Texas. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. Welcome back to Prosper, Texas. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. You rarely get to hear from Mr. Braswell, but we were discussing out behind us just a moment ago as the girls were warming up. What'd you see back there?
Well, it looks like Pottsboro has got their spring football practices going on.
Mr. Braswell was almost foaming at the mouth watching the football going on back there. As I can tell you, it's just right around the corner, isn't it? It's not going to be long.
Yes, it is. First week of August.
We'll be here before you know it. Of course, our kids are so excited about summer being here. That's the last thing they want to talk about is football. That means summer's over. Stepping to the plate is going to be Anna Shope, the senior first baseman, and she'll take ball 1 from Stubblefield. Shope, the other daughter on the team of the head coach, Phil Shope. And that's got to be quite an experience to be able to go 4 rounds deep with both of your daughters on the team. It probably be something he'll never forget, as Stubblefield will wind, and he actually says Shope went around on an inside pitch. It was a little bit up at the shoulders, but Shope went just enough around for the umpire to call strike 1 there, so that evens the count at 1 with no outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. No score. Whitewright and Howe. The only threat so far is when the Lady Bulldogs had 2 on with 1 out in the 1st inning, but failed to score. Here's an inside pitch. Flops out of the catcher's mitt of Emily Sanders. It'll be ball 2 and strike 1. Streetman and Tinney made it as far as 2nd and 3rd, but Anderson hit a dribbler to the 2nd baseman, and then Stubblefield popped out to the 1st baseman, and that ended the scoring threat for the Lady Bulldogs in the 1st inning. Stubblefield winds, and there's a high pop fly hit down the line in the left field. Tinney will get under it, call it, and make the catch for the 1st out in the 2nd inning.
Now at the plate, number 9.
That ball was up there.
That was a very very high fly ball. We'll try to, we understand that the volume is a little bit low. We'll try to crank that up a little bit for you. Stubblefield, the wine, and the slow one is not called for a strike. Looked like it was, it's one of the optical illusions, I guess. It looked like it was right at the knees, but obviously he's about, I'd say 60 feet closer than I am. So he had a pretty good look at it. Called it ball one. Stubblefield winds and deals, and there is a strike to even the count, 1-1. That was right on the outside part of the plate. Coming in pretty hard there to even the count. No score in Prosper. Whitewright and Howe, Region 2 semifinal action. Both teams in the fourth round for the first time in the program. There's ball two on the outside part of the plate. This is Crane at the plate. C.J. Crane, the third baseman, wears the number 9. Her father was Corey Crane, was the athletic director in Howe. Here's a shot down the right field line. It's going to be just fair. Christina counts quickly over, up and throwing to second base, where Blackburn will stop it. So a one-out single for Crane as the first base runner for the Lady Tigers.
Number 2, Jaden Melikar.
So Melikar steps up, the catcher. And we were talking about the jersey numbers in football. They're so hard to see. Those are you can't even see them. They're non-existent. I mean, I know I don't have very good eyes, and I don't have my glasses on, but there's no way.
Yeah, on the Whitewright uniform, I think the numbers are yellow. Maybe.
There's a first pitch strike by Stubblefield.
No, maybe they're white.
Yeah, I just can't tell. There's just no way of telling. No balls and a strike to Melikar, the catcher, as the Lady Tigers have their first base runner of the night. Crane at first. Stubblefield winds. Crane almost got a little bit too far off the bag there. Sanders decided not to throw it down to first. Had her stopped about 12 or 13 feet off the bag, but Crane was able to get back.
Yeah, our spotter wants, he's wonderful. Says the numbers are outlined in gold.
Goal. There's a bunt down the first base side, goes foul. Anderson was ready for it, about 13 feet down the line, prepared for that bunt, but it rolls foul. And Stubblefield now with the lead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. No score.
Blackburn's playing deep shortstop.
Double play depth. There's a swing and a miss on the slow one. That's the old Bugs Bunny changeup. And the second strikeout of the night for Stubblefield. And now there's 2 outs with a runner at first for the Lady Tigers. And up steps Zeta Swoops.
And she's coming off of, congratulate her on her track of.
Yeah, went to state in track.
She did. I believe she won first in the shot, or first in the disc, second in the shot.
Well, it's kind of strange to hear a good athlete named Swoops out of Whitewright.
Right.
Yeah. And I tell you, Zeta Swoops takes up almost the entire box. And there is a swing and a miss on a changeup.
That changeup is just, whoo, that changeup something else.
0-2, and Stubblefield 1 strike away from getting out of the inning with a runner at first base. The first base runner of the night.
Those are things that are just hard to practice. I mean, golly, that pitch is just something else.
It's hard to hit the high hard one, and especially when you're looking for it. But when you're sitting dead red on fastball and you have that thing come in, it's just not a chance. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stubblefield winds and deals, and it's just outside of the plate for ball 1. Perkins on deck, the pitcher. Another right-handed batter.
I like to watch some of their little rituals before they step in the box. And
here's Stubblefield on a 1-2 pitch, throws a changeup and swoops, lays off of it. It floated in there a little high, and it evens the count at 2-2.
You know, you like to see them do, whatever they're going to do, and she steps out and draws a cross every time she goes to step back in the box. I thought it's pretty neat.
Stubblefield on the runner, on the rubber, and the 2-2 pitch is grounded to the second baseman, Hargrove to first, and that ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And no score here in Prosper, Texas, as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Back in a moment with more Howe Lady Bulldogs softball action. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. No score as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Emily Sanders, the catcher for the Lady Bulldogs, will be leading off here, as Tori Perkins struck out the side in the top of the 2nd inning. And the young lady who has thrown numerous no-hitters is starting to warm up a little bit. And there's strike 1 to get ahead of Sanders. Again, Crane, Shope, Clark, and Shope on the infield. Left to right in the outfield, Mangrum, Caraway, and Kate, and Malakar behind the plate. And the 0-1 pitch from Perkins is ground to short, and that's going to be from one Shope to the other for the first out. Score at 6-3 at home, and the Lady Bulldogs have out number 1 here in the 3rd inning, and Blackburn coming up to bat for the 2nd time. She struck out looking in her to lead off the game in the first at bat. Leads the team in steals and is competing for the school record in stolen bases and stolen base percentage.
That's what's his stand? What is the record?
I don't have the exact number, but I know she's competing for it. She has 22 stolen bases, and she's been thrown out only once so far this year. Trying to set the table here for the Lady Bulldogs. 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Here's another chopper to short. Shope has it go right through her legs. She actually knocked it down, but there's no chance to throw out Blackburn, the speedster. And now we'll see if she tries for stolen base number 23 here, as the Lady Bulldogs have a runner on here in the top of the 3rd. We'll mark that E6 if you're scoring along. 1 out, and here's Peyton Streetman, another freshman. Back-to-back freshman in the lineup to start out, and she's going to show bunt from the left side, and she squares away and then backs out, and Blackburn still second base. So now you would think Peyton Streetman might turn around, but looks like she might still have the bunt sign here, as when she's in the left-handed batter's box, she is scheduled to bunt. And Whitewright knows it as the corners play in about 12 feet down third, maybe 15 feet. And a strike call there, as Streetman did not officially show bunt, but threw her hands a little bit, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, she gets in that slap bunt. I don't understand all that, but
here is Perkins on the 1-1 pitch, and it is bunted down the third base line, trying to hit the third, and it's going to be out at third base. Blackburn trying to make it to third, but it was a great play of rotation as Crane fielded the ball at third base, turned around and fired it to the Shope, who covered third, and it was just in time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Emily got a late start, but she's usually, maybe she got a late jump on that one.
So mark that a fielder's choice. 5-6 is how Streetman reaches. And Blackburn out at third for the second out. And here's a chopper down the right side, and this is going to be Tenney, who's thrown out at first base. So what looked like it was going to be something happening for the Lady Bulldogs turns into nothing, as a great defensive play by Whitewright halts everything for the Lady Bulldogs. No score as we head to the bottom of the third. Back in a moment with more Lady Bulldog action. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. The heat is no score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. And the pitcher for Whitewright, Tori Perkins, will step up to the plate. Right-handed batter, her first trip up to the plate tonight. On the hill, she's starting to warm up quite a bit.
Yeah, she has. She's warmed up quite a bit.
And she had some great defense behind her there from Crane at third base to rotate or throw the ball over to the rotating Hattie Shope to get Blackburn as the lead out. And here's Stubblefield. Will throw ball 1 to start the inning. No score here in Prosper. It's beautiful facilities. Absolutely gorgeous.
It is. It's a nice complex.
This is not your father's Prosper, Texas.
No, it's not. I grew up, like I say, back again, grew up in Anna, and Prosper never looked like this when I was there.
There's a fastball on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Prosper has changed quite a bit.
It has. A lot.
Look out here to our left, you see the big green monster.
Yeah, I don't know about. There's a ball up high. I'm not sure about green monsters in high school baseball. As we look at the baseball diamond over there, you know, I kind of have the opinion you teach kids to play left field, but, you know, hey.
Play off the wall.
Make it fun, too, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's Stubblefield, and a swing and a pop to first base. Kayla Anderson under it and makes the catch in foul territory. There's 1 out for the Lady Bulldogs. Mark it a pop 3 at home plate as Clark steps up to the plate. This is Grace Clark, Whitewright's freshman. No score, and there's one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Thank you for listening. We want to thank Independent Bank and Baker Air Conditioning for allowing this broadcast to be possible. Two of the oldest businesses in Howe, Texas.
All right. So does that make Mark as old as when Nixon was in office?
No, I don't think Mark got there until 1980. But he can almost say Carter.
That's all right. Mark, if you're listening, buddy, I'm just giving you a hard time.
There's Stubblefield with the 1-0 pitch, and that's inside. It's going to be driven right up the middle for a base hit. Just outstretched Blackburn's arms. And the freshman is on.
That is just right in that hole.
Up next for the Lady Tigers.
So now that brings up Caraway to the plate. She led off with a line out to Peyton Griffin at third base to start the Whitewright Lady Tigers off. Griffin with the great snag at third base. But one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Runner on first, Stubblefield on the rubber. Over the head, winds, and high for ball one. We have some people asking for volume. I keep turning it up, but I don't know whether to keep going with that. I don't know how much is too much. But we thank you for letting us know. Here is Stubblefield. Another pitch that's a little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, I believe Coach Cheney is here as well. He's the coach that went from Howe to Prosper, if I'm thinking correctly.
Stubblefield with the 2-0 pitch. And that one is in there for strike one. Stubblefield winds, and a smash down the left field line, ground ball, but it's foul. So that evens the count at 2 with 1 out and a runner on first base.
Man, that was a hard hit ball down that.
Can you watch this? Because I'm not updating it. People are texting. Make sure I just tap. Here's Stubblefield with the 2-2 pitch coming. The wind, and the slow one is going to be fouled up against the screen, and Emily Sanders takes a look at it, but once it hits that screen, it just falls straight down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I have some people trying to let me know if the volume is a little bit better. It seems to be. Thank you for listening.
Oh, yeah, I think.
Here's the pitch, high for ball 3, and now we have a full count. So an interesting moment here early in the bottom of the third, full count, runner at first base with 1 out. This is a big pitch here for Tori Stubblefield, the freshman. He takes a step behind the mound. Steps on the rubber, and now the wind over her head, and it is drilled down the left field line out of play. And we'll do it again. Good crowd tonight from both Whitewright and Howe. The stands are full.
They are. There's quite a few people made that trip. Glad it was close, though. Sorry, that was a little loud.
Maybe not online.
Maybe not, but woo, in my ear.
There's a 3-2 pitch fouled straight back. We'll do it again. These are these can be taxing pitches on a youngster. The stress level of these 3-2 pitches take a little bit more than your normal 1-2 or 2-1 pitch. Kayla Anderson plays a step in front of the bag at first. Peyton Griffin plays even with the bag at third. Griffin and Hargrove at double play depth. And here's Stubblefield's 3-2 pitch, and it is high for ball 4. Runners advance. It actually went over Emily Sanders' glove, but runners were not able to advance. So runners at second and third with 1 out, and Whitewright's making it interesting here. As Caraway walked, and now Sierra Kate steps up. She struck out last time. The runners at first and second rather. And now the infield wants to talk about it, as there's a little bit of a break going on as Stubblefield brings the infield in and they want to talk about it. Let's hear a little bit from what Stubblefield had to say yesterday.
I'm going to have to be really focused because I know the crowd's probably going to be really big and it's going to be crazy and intense. Yeah, I'm a freshman, but I think you just got to step up and kind of be a leader a little bit.
That's what she said yesterday after practice, is that, yeah, she's a freshman, but she's going to have to step up a little bit and get the job done. She does have a lot of experience as a freshman, not just your normal run-of-the-mill freshman either, but 85 innings at the varsity level and 3 rounds of playoff experience.
Yes, she does. And that'll, she's only going to get better.
Stubblefield throws wide for ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score yet, but Whitewright kind of pushing right here with runners at first and second with 1 out. Griffin even with the bag at third. Anderson plays up a little bit at first base. Still double play depth for the middle of the infield. Stubblefield on the 1-0 pitch is high again. 2 balls and no strikes. And now you start to wonder if she's going to have one of those moments that she's had, and like against Brock in game 1, where you kind of need to settle her down a little bit. 2 balls and no strikes for Stubblefield against Sierra Kate, right-handed hitter who struck out before, and here's high ball 3.
Yeah, you don't want her to struggle against. You don't want her to struggle at all.
Well, the bad thing is it seems like Stubblefield is taking a lot of time here too, walking behind the rubber almost every pitch. Now retying her shoes, just taking all the time that she can to kind of regroup here as things have kind of gone haywire after a single. The Lady Bulldogs got a quick out as Perkins popped to third. Here's the 3-0 count, and that is right down the middle for strike 1, 3-1. But then Clark singled, and then Caraway walked, and quickly Sierra Kate had 3 balls and no strikes. And we'll see what happens here with the 3-1 pitch. Runners at first and second, 1 out for Whitewright. There's strike 2. That's exactly what you're taught to do as far as Sierra Kate is concerned. When the pitcher's wild like that, you just try to let her find the strike zone. And fortunately for the Lady Bulldogs, Stubblefield just found the strike zone. Big pitch here again, 3-2. These are taxing pitches. Stubblefield winds and deals, and there's a high pop up in the infield, short outfield rather, and Peyton Tenney is going to let it fall. Blackburn, they had miscommunication. However, they threw over to Griffin, but just under the tag, and it was a force out, but apparently she was underneath there, and safe at third is Whitewright's Clark. A miscommunication by by Tenney and Blackburn. The ball fell right in the grass, just behind the shortstop. And it looks like there's going to be an appeal.
Yeah, Coach Hudson, he appealed it. Let's see what happens.
I want to talk about the force out at third base. The runner is out. The runner is out now at third base. A nice job of appealing by Zach Hudson. So instead of having the bases loaded with one out, the Whitewright Tigers will have first and second with 2 outs. So now you have to score that 7-5 on the out of Clark. And you score that, actually a single. There's high for ball 1 for Stubblefield to Hattie Shope. Even though that ball was, obviously should have been caught, it was untouched, falls for a single. But Tenney had the wherewithal to pick it up, fire to third base very quickly for the force out at third. Here's a 1-0 pitch and a fire down to third base. Over the head of Griffin, down the line, and the first run of the game is going to score. Stealing third base was Caraway. And when Sanders threw it down to third base, Griffin wasn't ready for it. It went right over her head and into left field down the line. Caraway got up and scored. And meanwhile, Kate jogged down to second base and now is in scoring position herself. Unfortunately for Sanders, that's an E2. Stubblefield swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Stubblefield winds with the 2-1 pitch, 2 outs, and there's high ball 3. 3-1. Now Whitewright leads this game 1-0 for the first scoring of this evening.
Yeah, this may turn into just the pitcher's duel.
And that is, well, here's a pitch that's fouled right back. Another full count for Stubblefield. It'll be an unearned run.
Right. You definitely don't want you don't want Torrey to get frustrated. I mean, it's just one of those things. Just stay in there, strike them out, and just stay on top of it.
Another 3-2 pitch here. Inside, driven to left field, a base hit. Oh, no, it's right at Tenney. It stayed up. Tenney caught the line drive, chest high for the third out, and the Lady Bulldogs are out of the inning. I thought that ball was going to fall, but it stayed right up at her.
It did. It just carried right to her.
1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We'll be back in a moment with more Lady Bulldog action. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. Kayla Anderson will lead off this top of the 4th inning with Howe trailing Whitewright 1-0. As the Lady Tigers just punched across their first run of the night as Tucker Caraway scored on an error by Emily Sanders as she threw the ball down to third trying to catch Caraway stealing. Griffin didn't see Sanders throwing the ball, and the ball went right over her head. Unfortunately for Sanders, it's marked an E2.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate. It's one of those unfortunate things.
There's the first pitch of the 4th inning, called a strike by Tyler Perkins. Kayla Anderson last time bounced to second base for the second out of the first inning, which moved the runners along, but kind of started the halt of that big inning. And here's high for ball one rather, on the outside part. So a ball and a strike here in the top of the fourth inning. Perkins winds and deals. It's inside. Called a strike, however. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kayla Anderson, the big, tall, right-handed first baseman.
Yeah, they it's like Perkins has got into a groove.
There's a chopper behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kayla Anderson's parents, both huge supporters of Howe ISD. Father Brad Anderson is on the school board, and her mother Loretta Anderson, always involved in the Booster Club and all of athletics. There's slow change up, and Anderson strikes out swinging. First time tonight we've seen that Bugs Bunny change from Perkins.
All right, I guess she's going to throw one and say, I can do it too.
What you can do, I can do, and there's strike out for Perkins.
You know,
tally those up. Their 5th strikeout of the night.
You know, it's one of them things that it's going to be like this the whole series, I think. Just one after the other. It's going to be a struggle for both sides.
Here's Stubblefield, pitcher versus pitcher. And she takes ball 1. Perkins walks behind the mound and takes her time. Now comes back to the rubber. I keep saying the mound. There's no mound, obviously, in softball.
Right.
The circle.
The circle.
Over the head wind. Deals. There's a chopper to the short. Shope throws to the other Shope. And quickly 2 outs in the inning. Mark it 6-3. And that brings up Hargrove with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning.
You know, speaking of mound, have y'all got your baseball in yet?
We do have all of our games in. Somehow, we had to play at 8 o'clock one night with our 7 and 8 year olds, but we did it.
Whew, I bet you they were tired that next morning.
They were. So were the parents. There's the pitch to Hargrove, and that's up for ball 1. Hargrove struck out in the 2nd inning. She was part of the 3 that Perkins struck out in that 2nd inning. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Perkins winds and deals, and there's the ball fouled straight back to the screen.
You know, Howe's playing in a 14U softball tournament, and they're supposed to be playing in Whitewright, but I don't know. There's been so much rain. I don't know. I was beginning to think we lived in Seattle.
Yeah, you know, the farmers are praying for rain to stop.
Right. I was kind of disappointed today. At about 2 o'clock, it didn't start raining. I didn't know what to do.
That's right. There's a ball up high. Hargrove works the count to 2-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. The winner of this series will go on to face the winner of Pilot Point and Hugh Springs. There's a drive hit up the gap in the left center field. And one hops the wall. Hargrove into second base, and she slides safely. So now the Lady Bulldogs have their first extra base hit of the night as Hargrove rips one up the alley off the wall.
You know, that's another one that has got a set of wheels on her now. She can move now.
She is a sophomore, and up steps another sophomore, Danny Ross. We'll see the corner infielders move up just a step, but with 2 outs, you wouldn't expect a lot of craziness here as Perkins will wind and throws off the plate for ball 1. Hargrove can run at second base, and the Lady Bulldogs are going to be looking to tie this game any way they can. With Perkins on the mound, it's going to be it's going to be tough to score, and Stubblefield on the other side is going to be tough to score on both sides. Here's a chopper to the left side. Crane picks and throws, and Whitewright gets out of the inning. 5-3 if you're scoring. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left. We'll be back in a moment with more Lady Bulldog action on HoweEnterprise.com. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. 1-0, Whitewright leading this contest over Howe as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Stubblefield, who threw 207 pitches against Brock last week in game one, is starting to chalk up some pitches here tonight, hitting 3-2 counts on just about everybody in the bottom of the third inning.
I tried to throw 10 in batting practice, and I'm sore for 2 weeks. I can only imagine.
Anna Shope, the senior, will lead off this first inning for Whitewright as she flied out to Tenney in the second inning. She led off that inning as well. Stubblefield will wind and ground to Griffin, who throws on to first for the first out. One pitch and one out. That'll help the pitch count.
Yes, it will.
5-3 if you're scoring at home, one out. And Crane will come up to the plate. She singled down the right field line in her first at bat. That is one of only 3 hits rather. I'll take that back. There's only 2 hits so far. Wrong again. 3 hits. 3 hits for the Lady Tigers. Stubblefield deals, and it's just a little bit low for ball one. Crane, a striking athletic figure, steps in from the right side. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the fourth inning. Whitewright leads 1-0 over Howe.
You know, I remember.
There's a strike call to even the count at 1.
I remember when most of these girls were, the bats were bigger than they were.
Well, most of them are freshmen, so that was only a few years ago.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Stubblefield, the 1-1 count. The slow one, just a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Just a tremendous game so far.
It has been a good game.
The error will come back and haunt the Bulldogs. Or you hope it doesn't if you're a Lady Bulldog fan. There's a swing and a little flare out over the second baseman's head. Hargrove does finally pick it up. It's sand on the infield and turf in the outfield. Outside, normally where you see the grass is turf. So it took a real nice hop right up to Hargrove. She just missed it over her outstretched glove, maybe an inch or 2 over her glove, but it bounced right up to her. So mark it a single for Crane. She's 2 for 2 tonight with 2 flares down to the right field side. And Melikar, the catcher, will step up. 1 out and a runner on first. Stubblefield winds and deals, and there's strike 1. The outfield is shaded straight up. Blackburn on the edge of the grass will now step up just a little bit. Griffin even with the bag at third. And Kayla Anderson steps up maybe 10 feet in front of the bag at first. Both charge. And there's ball one. Stubblefield again taking her time. Goes behind the circle. Puts her hand on the ground. Rubs a little dirt a little bit. Now rubs her right thigh. Puts the ball back in her glove. Fires the ball in and out of her glove and now deals. Melikar showed bunt for a moment. Both corners came up. Brought the ball back for ball two. Brought the bat back, rather. Crane with the fourth Whitewright Tiger hit of the evening. The Lady Bulldogs only have two. Here's Stubblefield and a bunt right in front of the mound. It's going to be taken by Stubblefield. Nowhere to go. She runs right at third base and out at third as Stubblefield runs her down. It will be Crane, who rounded second on the bunt, was headed to third, and she is down at third base. An injury at third as Stubblefield, as soon as she grabbed the ball and fielded it, she turned around and saw Crane rounding second, ran right at her, just as you're taught to do, and actually beat her to third base for the second out of the inning. But Crane is down. Melikar advanced to second while all of that was taking place. We're going to take a quick timeout while Crane, actually I think she's getting a and Crane does come up. She is kind of limping a little bit. Will go across the diamond to the first base dugout where Whitewright is this evening. So that'll bring up Swoops with a runner on second base. So you'll mark that the unfamiliar one unassisted at third base. So now the Lady Tigers have Melikar at second with Swoops coming up. Swoops grounded to Hargrove in the second inning for the third out. Again, 1-0 here in Prosper, Texas. Whitewright in the lead over Howe. Swoops taking her time, now gets in the box. Stubblefield wipes some dirt on her hand again. Now wipes the dirt off of her hand onto her right thigh, puts the ball in her glove, winds and deals. Swoops takes for ball one on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a big moment with a runner in scoring position here for Swoops at the plate.
Yes, it is.
In a 1-run game, this could be huge either way. Stubblefield deals inside. A strike call on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not much different than the first pitch, but
no, it looked close to me, but you know, who am I? I'm just a guy that talks every now and then on the radio.
1-1 pitch, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, Swoop swings and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This would be a big out for the Howe Lady Bulldogs if Stubblefield can pull off another one of those. And now Emily Sanders will walk out to the mound. Griffin and Blackburn will join them as the 4 meet in the circle. Zeta Swoops walks over to the third base coach, which is the head coach, Phil Shope, and they'll discuss something in between third and home plate. And now it looks like everybody's coming back. There's some dancing going on in the stands. I don't know if that's Whitewright or Howe. They're wearing black and white.
Yeah,
you can't even tell these days.
It's hard to tell. You know, you go to Van Alstyne, they wear black and white sometimes too.
Yeah. Stubblefield rolls it up for ball 2, and we have a 2-2 count with 2 outs. I know in baseball, when you have your 2-2 pitch, you expect whatever the pitcher's best pitch is. Stubblefield right here, firing that ball into her glove. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch swung on and hit down the right field line, foul, out of play, right behind the Whitewright Lady Tiger dugout. And we'll do it again. Bottom of the 4th. No, actually 1-0 Whitewright.
Yeah, that you started to say nothing.
I did. I almost did. Stubblefield fires that ball into that glove. Almost intimidating like. Shakes the ball in her right hand. Steps, fires. The slow one struck her out swinging.
That slow pitch, oh my goodness, every time.
Huge strikeout for Stubblefield. Ends the inning. And Whitewright leads Howe right now 1-0. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back in a moment with more Howe Lady Bulldogs softball action. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers.
No, she's out here, Coach.
We are entering the 5th inning here in Prosper, Texas. Whitewright leading 1-0 as Christina Counts will lead off here for the Lady Bulldogs. She struck out last time up in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, it looks like Crane's back. She's back out there in her on third base. She's moving a little slow, but she looks like she's going to be all right.
It'll be Count, Sanders, and Blackburn here in the 5th inning.
Number 14, Stacy.
And, you know, at some point, the Lady Bulldogs are going to have to find a way to score here against Perkins. There's a swing and a drive to center field going back and over the head of Caraway into second base. Standing is Counts with a leadoff double. Talking about wanting to score a run, that's how you do it. Your leadoff man gets on second base, you score 40% of the time.
I didn't realize she was that fast.
She got around there pretty good. I think Caraway misread it for just a moment. The ball was traveling pretty good, and she thought for a moment she was going to be able to square it up, bring it in, but the ball just kept kind of shooting by her. And one hop the wall. And that'll bring Emily Sanders up, who grounded to short last time up. So a runner at second base with a leadoff double. And here's first pitch swing, and Sanders will pop it up to the second baseman. Will not advance the runner. So a pop to 4 for the first out of the inning. And now Aaron Blackburn, the speedster, will step up. Left-handed batter, leads the team in stolen bases. You would imagine she's going to be probably going to bunt here, and Whitewright wants to talk about that as everybody comes to the mound. Phil Shope will make his way out to the rubber in the circle, and the entire infield wants to talk about it. Streetman and Blackburn, and it looks like Counts will all talk about it over there with Jordan Dushek, who is in charge today with Adam Rupert missing a game.
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
1-0 Whitewright leading here in Prosper, Texas. We're in the top of the 5th inning. And Howe has Counts at second with a leadoff double. Sanders just popped to second base, did not advance the runner. And here's Aaron Blackburn, the speedster, 100-meter speedster. Perkins on the rubber, spins the ball in the glove. Over the head, and now it's going to be chopped down to the first baseman. And Shope's going to tag out Blackburn on her way down. That advanced the runner to third as Counts stands on third base.
Number 27.
Only feet away from tying this game, and Peyton Streetman will step up to the plate. If you're scoring, that was a chopper to first base. Ground out to, it'll be 3 unassisted for the second out. Streetman in the right-handed batter's box. No bunt going on here with 2 outs. She's going to be swinging away, and here's the first pitch. Looked at, taken for ball 1, a little bit low. In at third is Crane, just a little bit, 5, 6, 7 feet. A big gap between third and short. Perkins winds, deals, swung on and missed. An inside pitch. Streetman liked it, just missed it. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Whitewright leading 1-0.
You know, for those of you that don't know, we could call her Fritter if you see her. Ask her that story. Ask her how she got that nickname.
But don't call her Razor. There's the pitch. Strike call. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A huge moment for the Lady Bulldogs right here in the top of the 5th. 2 strikes on Peyton Streetman. Runner at third, trying to tie the game. Need a big hit right here from the freshman. Streetman digs in with the back right foot. Perkins deals. Just off the plate, 2-2.
Whew, that one was close.
Tinney in the on-deck circle, the Lady Bulldogs leading hitter. You'd love to see her get a shot here, but Streetman's going to have to come through. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Perkins on the mound. Wind and deals inside, but a strike call. Streetman strikes out looking. She actually had to back up out of the box, but it apparently hit the black, and that's strike 3. And Whitewright is out of the inning.
Ooh, that one, boy, that just had to just barely get in there on that corner.
No runs. Now on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Whitewright leads 1-0. Back in a moment. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. 1-0 Whitewright as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitcher, Tori Perkins, will lead off. She popped out to Kayla Anderson last time up. You gotta love the walk-up music. And
oh yeah.
You know, do they get to pick that?
I think so. Well,
some of them walking up to Santana, that's pretty impressive.
Right.
There's the pitch by Stubblefield, and it's lined up the middle for a base hit. Just as the Lady Bulldogs did a moment ago. the Lady Tigers lead off with a base hit. So now runner at first, nobody out. And Clark steps up.
Looks like we're pitcher's getting a pitch runner.
The last time up, Clark singled and ended up getting thrown out at third on a force by Tenney when the ball landed right between Tenney and Blackburn. So now we're getting close to the top of the lineup here. So Stubblefield's going to have to bear down with a runner at first, nobody out, and the number 9 hitter at the plate. Stubblefield winds and deals. That's high. Fastball. Ball 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is running, but we've got a pinch runner.
Oh, you mean you can't see that number?
No, I can't see. I can't see. Let me put my glasses on. No, that didn't help either.
Stubblefield toes the rubber, spins the ball in her hand, and deals another high fastball for ball 2.
How about we just say the girl wearing black?
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of them.
Yeah, you know, that's how we had to do that in SNS.
Yeah.
In football season,
Yes, we did.
Whoever was wearing red.
Yeah. The 2-0 pitch from Stubblefield, and Clark shows bunt, pulls it back, 3-0 now. You definitely don't want to walk the number 9 hitter, especially when there's a runner on and no out. A walk is never a good thing, but right now it's especially not a good thing. And you know Clark will be taking here, no question. Squaring around, showing bunt, pulls it back, ball 4.
Yeah,
not even close.
No. I was watching here off to over here in the pitcher's warm-up area on Whitewright side. You know, CJ was a little slow moving around out there. Looks like she's out there swinging a bat, maybe trying to get loosened up.
Well, up steps Tucker Caraway, who walked the last time up. Started the game off with a line out to Griffin. She is 0 for 1 on the night. Scored the only run of the game when she stole third. And there's a slow pitch for a ball 1. And now Stubblefield's thrown 5 straight balls. Winds and deals. That's high, ball 2.
Yeah, this is it. Right now at this moment, you don't want to get this far behind. You don't want bases loaded.
Stubblefield walks behind the circle, puts her hand on the ground, gets some dirt. Now wipes it off. On the rubber, throws. High, a strike call. A little bit high, but a strike call there. 2 balls and 1 strike now, and maybe that can get Stubblefield back in the groove. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Swung on and a high drive, left field. Tenney going back. Few steps in front of the warning track. Fires it into third base. A high throw, a little bit wide, but Griffin goes over and makes the catch. Holds the runners at first and second. So a nice job there of kind of getting out of trouble. At least for the time being, there's 1 out. And Sierra Kate steps up. She's struck out and singled. 1 for 2 so far this evening. Kate taking all kinds of time getting into the box. Finally does. Stubblefield on the rubber. Winds and deals, and there's a shot into the crowd. Foul ball there. And for the first time in a while, Stubblefield gets ahead of a hitter here. 0-1. 1-0. Whitewright in the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Whitewright, the home team. They will get a chance to bat last if tied or trailing.
So did they flip for that? Or were they just automatically home team when we got here?
Why do you ask me these hard questions?
I don't know. I'm digging deep. I don't know.
Stubblefield.
Oh.
There's a strike call after the bunt. Kate squared away and didn't make contact, so it's not a strike call. It's a swinging bunt for a strike.
I think Kayla was coming up here to see if Emily needed some help. She got pretty close on that one.
Stubblefield was dominant early on with the slow change, and we haven't seen that really in a while. Here's Kate on the 0-2 pitch. That's a fastball just outside and off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That would have been a beautiful pitch, just a millimeter or 2 back towards the black of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kate, the center fielder, with the 1-2 count. Stubblefield winds and is swung on and fouled at the plate. Runners at first and second will go back. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's been no precipitation at all here in Prosper, Texas.
No.
Nice cool evening, and no wind to really speak of anymore either. A little bit before the game, but that has even died down.
Yeah,
Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's the slow change and just barely fouled off. A great job by Kate to just flick it away. That's a dangerous pitch there, but a good job of hitting just to foul that one off.
Yeah, she's just trying to stay alive on that one.
And now if you're Kate, you're probably thinking fastball right here. The 1-2 count, 1 out, runners at first and second. Stubblefield spins the ball in her hand and now deals. And it's swung on and just tipped and off to the back of the screen. One ball and 2 strikes. This is a huge game for both teams.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious. You know, you turn into obvious man, but whoever has this win and is going to be in prime position for this series.
Oh yeah.
Stubblefield goes through her routine and deals, and there's a pop-up right center field, and it's going to go for extra bases as Counts and Streetman run into each other. 1 run scores, and the second run is held up at third. There's 2 runners that's in between second and third. Finally, 1 runner is tagged out. Stubblefield hit Blackburn. They ran right at the second runner. She was tagged out, but the runner at third did not advance. So Perkins comes around and scores. Clark is now at third.
Did you get all that?
And Kate was out at second after hitting the, I don't know whether that's going to be an E8 or an E9. But she ended up at second, and then it turns into a 9-1-6. And here's a pop fly to the first baseman that goes actually over the screen and out of play. So there's 2 outs now as Hattie Shope is at the plate. But what happened was it's a line drive out to right field. Streetman and Counts ran into each other. The ball went off of one of them, kicked out further to right field. Counts went and got the ball, fired it back in. Meanwhile, 1 run scores, and everybody advanced. They trapped 2 runners at third base, in which 1 went back and eventually was tagged out. Got all that?
Yes. I got it.
So now Whitewright leads 2-0.
You need a drink after that?
Maybe. Stubblefield on the 1-1 pitch, fouled straight back, 1-2. Yeah, I mean, it's, when you're doing football, you can kind of just keep up with the flow and this and that, and then you got to kind of recap everything. In softball, it's a little bit different.
Right. Well, you got to keep up with it all
Got to
first.
keep up with it, recap it, and fun stuff.
That's right. That's right.
Bottom of the fifth, Whitewright up 2-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And
Batter called timeout. Stepped out of the box.
Shope stepped out of the box. Stubblefield deals a slow one, popped up. Kayla Anderson going to take a look at it, and it goes off the net. So no play there. Anderson did make the catch, but off of the net, so no play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got to keep it a 2-run game right here. Runner at third is Clark. And Stubblefield will wind and off the plate for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Stubblefield again goes behind the circle. Rubs her hand in the dirt. Gets the ball, throws it in her glove. 2 roundhouses to her glove, and here's the roundhouse to the plate. Swung on and fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes again.
We're getting into that, that pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch where, it wears them both down.
I would think right here you would, at any moment, we could see the Bugs Bunny change.
Right.
This would be a good place for it. Stubblefield winds, and that's it. But it's just low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Took a lot off of that one, but couldn't find the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner will be moving from third. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Shope, and it is just outside for ball 4. Wow. Wow, that was tight.
It was there.
So now we have runner at the corners with 2 outs. And the senior, Anna Shope, the daughters of the head coach, back to back here in the lineup. And now the senior will take her cuts. If you're wondering what the alleys are, it's 200 feet down the line each side, 200 to dead center. There's the inside pitch, and that one's called a strike. Now we're off the plate a little bit, so we don't have the exact angle. But that is no balls and 1 strike against Anna Shope. Here's Stubblefield firing that ball in the glove again. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th, Whitewright leads 2-0. The slow pitch comes in a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Absolutely no wind whatsoever right now in Prosper, Texas.
No, and a little bit of blue sky.
Here's a pitch off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball came in. Kayla Anderson plays about 2 steps in front of the bag. Griffin even with the bag at third. Blackburn plays deep at short. Stubblefield the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Whitewright scored when Perkins led off with a single this inning. Clark walked. Stubblefield got a little wild in the first part of this inning. And then Caraway flied out to left. And then we had the crazy E8. And then the 9-1-6 out at second base. Here's the slow change, and that one's off the plate. And another full count tonight. Just multiple full counts all night long for Stubblefield. And this is a big one too. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at the corners. Shope at the plate. And the pitch is inside and grounded to third. Griffin fires to first, off the glove a little bit, but Anderson goes off the bag and makes the out. So Howe is out of the inning on the 5-3. So let's wrap that one up. We got 1 run. And on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left. Whitewright leads 2-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Back in a moment with more Howe Lady Bulldogs softball. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. Peyton Tenney will lead off here in the top of the 6th inning. She has walked and grounded out to second base so far tonight, the leading hitter for the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, she's a Stephen F. Austin signee. That's where she's headed.
She can swing the bat, that's for sure. And the Lady Bulldogs needed to get a leadoff base hit right here. Perkins deals fastball just a little bit low. Ball 1. You know, the Lady Bulldogs were in prime position last inning with a leadoff double by Christina Counts, but couldn't push that run across. Here's Perkins on the 1-0 pitch. Winds way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. You know, if you're a Lady Bulldogs fan, maybe you think, Perkins is due to have a little wild spell.
Yeah.
2 balls, no strikes to Tenney, who could make this a 1-run game in a hurry. And the pitch inside, but a strike call right at the letters, and Tenney still in the lead with the count with 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Whitewright leads 2-0.
Crane still moving a little slow out there.
Hugging the line at third. There's a high pop-up. It's going to go out of play about maybe a row deep. I don't know how Jonathan Coleman didn't catch that ball. He was right there.
Yeah, he just watched it.
He's got a Texas Rangers hat on and made no effort there. Perkins on the rubber. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Tenney hammers one down the line, foul over the dugout of the Lady Bulldogs. She got an inside pitch, got the sweet spot, drove it just a little bit early. And the count remains 2-2. Nobody out. Tenney's the leadoff hitter in the 6th inning. Perkins winds the slow one. It's up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch here. There's been a lot of them in this game.
There has.
Howe really needs a leadoff runner right here. And the pitch is swung on and driven in the alley. Right center field. Coming over to make the catch is the center fielder Caraway. Nice job of floating over and putting that ball to rest as Tenney gave it a charge, but was a nice defensive play by Caraway.
Yeah, she's playing deep too. They're out. She's out almost on the warning track.
One out here in the 6th inning, and that brings up Kayla Anderson. And Anderson bounced to second and struck out so far tonight. Perkins swung on and missed. It's an outside fastball, and Anderson couldn't lay off for strike one. Perkins goes to the back of the circle, now comes back, steps on the rubber quickly, deals, and another outside pitch, and Anderson barely gets a piece of that one, fouls it back behind the plate, and is quickly 0-2. Stubblefield on deck. You need an old bloop and a blast right here. Here's a shot down the left field line. That one is up and over. Kiss it goodbye. Kayla Anderson drives one out about 204 feet down the left field line. And Howe is on the board. So much for the bloop and the blast. How about the blast and the blast?
There you go.
She got an inside fastball and just hammered it right down the line. Anderson drives herself home. And she picked a pretty good time to have her first home run of the year.
Yes, she did.
At least from the numbers I have. From what Coach Rupert sent me. There's the first pitch to Stubblefield, is high for ball one. And Stubblefield's another one who could send one out of here in a hurry. That was not wind dated at all. There is zero wind. And Perkins' pitch is going to be off the plate a little bit again. 2 balls and no strikes.
Boy, they're close. They're doing pretty good here on this side of the plate.
Only the 5th hit of the evening for the Lady Bulldogs, but it was a big one. And we'll update the scoreboard because I always forget. Let me do that. There we go. And here's the 2-0 pitch, is called a strike right down the middle. Again, we want to thank Independent Bank and Baker Air Conditioning for allowing this broadcast to happen. 2-1 Whitewright here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch, and Tori Stubblefield fouls it back to the screen, and that evens the count 2-2. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Whitewright, the home team, will get a chance to bat last if needed. Hargrove on deck, warming up and stretching. She will pitch tomorrow. Stubblefield looks at ball 3, just off the plate, and another 3-2 big pitch coming right here. 1 out for the Lady Bulldogs. What was it I said right before the home run? Need a bloop and a blast.
Bloop and a blast.
And there's not a bloop, but a base hit through the infield, right between Crane and shortstop Choate. Crane's still not moving very well. And Stubblefield will have a pinch runner come in. And that'll be Fulencheck, I believe.
Yes.
Cameron Fulencheck will come into the game to run for Stubblefield.
In the game, courtesy run number 3, Cameron Fulencheck.
The Fulencheck, as you know, big brother, drafted by the Braves last year, 66th overall in the 2nd round.
Yeah, and I got my first Garrett Fulencheck autograph.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I been looking all over the place for his baseball card and found it in Illinois.
Is that right? Here is Madison Hargrove, steps up to the plate, runner on first base. 1 out. 2-1 Whitewright. The corner's charged. The pitch goes back to the screen, and there goes Fulencheck down to second base. In scoring position now with one out. And I'm going to say it again. All the Lady Bulldogs need is a bloop and a blast.
Right. Last time you said bloop and a blast, we got a home run.
And then a single.
Yeah.
But I'll take singles.
Yeah. Singles, doubles, triples. Hit a little dribble every now and then. That'd be all right, too.
Perkins with the pitch. Hargrove squares it around and bunts it back to the screen. She's upset with herself and hammers the bat down on the chalk. Up the first base line. Gets back in the box. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Now you can pretty much throw the bunt out the window. The corners will stay back. Perkins deals, swung on and missed. And Hargrove is out for the second out of the inning. So here comes Danny Ross, the sophomore.
Number 6.
When she plays the field, she plays left field. Not playing the field tonight. Tenney in left field for her. But the left-handed batter will step in.
She also catches too, right?
I believe that's correct. She has a runner in scoring position here. Swings at the first pitch, fouled straight back off the net. If that were about another inch higher, it would have gone over the net and right into our booth. I know it. I can tell you. I just know it. Perfect trajectory. Braswell would have jumped out the window and caught it.
Souvenir ball. Oh, no, you got to give it back, don't you?
No balls, 1 strike. Here's a ball that comes in a little bit high, a fastball, even the count at 1-1. 2 outs here at the top of the 6th inning. Lady Bulldogs cut the lead 2-1. Now's when you think, man, coulda, shoulda, woulda, shouldn't have give up that run last inning. Here's a strike call on the outside part of the plate. Ross didn't like it.
All right, that was a little slow call on that.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Kind of hesitated there on that call.
Norman Dickey got here at 3 o'clock so he could sit right behind home plate.
Yeah,
There's the pitch, grounded right up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Fulencheck, rounding third. She hesitates for a moment, now comes home, and she is safe to tie the game. And down goes Ross to second base, sliding in. So the Bulldogs have tied the game at 2. Danny Ross with a single up the middle has tied the game. That's a big RBI right there.
Yes, it was.
As Fulencheck will score the run in place of Stubblefield. And here's a drive to right center field up the alley. It's down. Coming home is Ross. Going into second base is going to be Counts, and she is safe at second base. And the Lady Bulldogs have taken the lead here in Game 1 of the Region 2 semifinal against Whitewright. Counts with a huge double and an RBI. Sanders steps up. She's bounced to short and popped to second. And she'll come up with a runner in scoring position herself with Counts at second base.
Can you say 2 out rally?
2 out rally.
That's right. They turned it on right here.
Let me update the scoreboard. Howe all over Perkins here, has swung on and missed. Sanders to start this at bat, 0-1, but what a rally here for the Lady Bulldogs. Got started with Kayla Anderson's homer down the line and left, and then Stubblefield singled. We wanted a bloop and a blast. We got a blast and a bloop. That's okay. Sanders swings and misses for strike 2. And then Hargrove struck out. Danny Ross hit a huge RBI double or a single rather. She advanced on the throw to second base, and then Counts hit the huge double that drove in Ross. And here we are, 3-2, top of the 6th inning. 0-2 count on Emily Sanders. Perkins on the rubber, over the head, winds, deals, outside ball 1. 1-2. 2 outs here in Prosper, Texas. The lights come on as we enter from daytime to nighttime. And the lights have come on for the Lady Bulldogs offense.
They have. They've turned them on.
Perkins deals inside, almost hit Sanders. It gets away from Melikar, and going down to third is going to be Counts. So now a big insurance run is just feet away down the line at third base. A bloop and a blast would be nice right here.
Right.
How many times can we say that?
Right.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's a bloop to right field, but it's going to be taken and caught by Kate for the 3rd out. So a pop to 9. But the Lady Bulldogs have answered back and taken the lead here in this Game 1 Region 2 semifinal game. 3 runs. Let me tally them up. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And the Lady Bulldogs have a 3-2 lead, headed to the bottom of the 6th. Back in a moment.
The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers.
All right.
3 runs for the Lady Bulldogs in the top of the 6th. Have overtaken the lead here in this Region 2 semifinal game. And Whitewright now comes up with their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Crane, Melikar, and Swoops against Stubblefield, who will remain in this game through its entirety if the coaches have their say about it.
Crane's still moving just a little slow. We'll see how she does here.
Bottom of the 6th. And here's the slow one's fouled straight back. She is still limping around just a little bit. It's going to be hard to drive the ball. And I say that, I don't want to create a Kurt Gibson moment or anything, but she's really having trouble at the plate. Looks like just a little ginger up there. There's Stubblefield with the no ball and 1 strike count. Shuffles the ball a little bit, and here comes the ball, and it's a little off the plate fastball. And that'll even the count at 1. Right-handed hitter Crane steps right on the back edge of the chalk. Stubblefield just off the plate. No, it's a strike call. Caught the black, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, she's right on that. She's right on the box.
Stubblefield throws the ball in her glove, winds it in there a few times, and the 1-2 pitch is a slow one. Going to be bounced right back to her. Underhanded toss to Kayla Anderson for 1 out.
Yeah, Crane's moving a little slow. She's still hurting pretty good, looks like.
Crane had 2 singles before that at bat. but that was the first one she had had since she was injured at third base. And it was a little dribbler back to the mound. And here comes the catcher, Melikar. So far tonight, Melikar has struck out and reached second base.
Boy, I'm not really sure what all that was, but whew, that's loud.
Melikar, who singled her last time at bat, takes a strike there. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And the Lady Bulldogs are 5 outs away from having a huge advantage all of a sudden in this game and in this series. Stubblefield goes through her routine, shakes the ball in her right hand, slings it across, just outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield shaded a little bit around to the right. And Streetman will play a little bit to the right of center field. Here's an inside-out swing. It's going to be grounded foul down the first base line. And that'll even the count at 2. Turned out to be towards the south, a really beautiful blue sky.
Yeah, well, I hope it stays that way.
Some painted clouds on that southern sky. And on the north side, it
looks like rain.
Looks a little, a little dreary.
Yeah, right.
We're right in the middle of it.
Right.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the slow pitch is just fouled off at the plate. Back to the screen and will remain 2-2.
You know, I know July, August will be going. I wish it was raining, but you know, right now, it can stop raining.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Whitewright takes strike 3. Called strike 3, and Melikar is out for the second out of the inning.
Up next for the Lady Tigers, number 34, Zeta Swoops.
The 4th strikeout of the night for Stubblefield. And Swoops will step up to the plate. Whitewright trailing Howe 3-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Stubblefield winds and deals. Swung on and missed a high fastball. Whitewright has not lost a game this year. Facing their first loss of the year, trailing 3-2. Stubblefield deals a slow one. Swung on and missed.
Every time.
The 0-2 count. And Swoops up. One of those you don't want to go to that well too much. If Swoops were to be able to time that, she would hit that ball 500 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Stubblefield, the 0-2 count. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Swoops calls time at the plate. Backs out. Swoops does not play the field. She is the DP. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This pitch is just outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitcher, Perkins, is on deck. And she has singled and popped to first. Swoops so far is grounded to second, struck out. Stubblefield looking for her 5th strikeout of the night. Right here with the 1-2 count and 2 strikes. The pitch to Slow. Swung on and missed. Couldn't lay off the slow one outside. And Stubblefield gets her 5th strikeout of the night. And Howe retains the 3-2 lead as we head to the top of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. The Lady Bulldogs lead 3-2. And when we come back, we'll have the top of the order up with Blackburn.
The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers.
Put your seatbelts on. There's 6 outs to go in this contest, assuming no extra innings. Aaron Blackburn, the sophomore shortstop for Howe, will lead off here in the top of the 7th inning. And Howe leads 3-2. Perkins still on the mound. And she will... Actually, Blackburn showed bunt but pulled it back. It'll be ball 1, a little bit high.
Hey, and Blackburn's a freshman. You're trying to make her older than she is.
Oh, that's right. I can't keep them straight. There's so many of them.
You know, it's okay for me to be old, but we don't want to tell her. You know.
Here's a chopper down the left side. Blackburn would have been safe, but the ball went foul. Even with Crane playing up so tight, there's just almost no chance to throw out the speedy Blackburn. One ball and 1 strike. Just imagine, this team is going from being the underdog freshmen and sophomores to one day they're going to be expected to be really, really, really good.
Right.
Here's a little chopper at the plate, goes foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No longer will they be the little freshman and sophomore team. They'll be the young ladies who are expected to be in Austin.
Right. I think they, this group of kids is going to come a long way. They're going to get better as time goes. They're just going to get better and better.
There's a pitch off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perkins walks behind the circle. Spins back around. Toes the rubber. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and a high pop fly out to short right center field. Under it is Kate, and she'll make the catch. And Blackburn will fly out for the first out of the inning, a pop 9. And that'll bring up another freshman, Peyton Streetman. The center fielder comes into the box from the left-hand side of the plate. That usually means she's going to try to lay one down here. Tinney is right behind her in the on-deck circle. Love to get a runner on here and an insurance run if you're a Lady Bulldogs fan. Left-handed batter, Streetman, the freshman, takes inside for a strike. Right on the inside part of the plate, a little bit up at the letters.
Yeah, I don't think she was very happy about that one.
The ball, did the ball come in? Oh, they're switching outfielders. They just made a switch, and now they're overflowing the right side. This is the old Ted Williams switch. Center field is wide open, 2 outfielders. And Streetman tried to lay down a bunt to the third base side, and it just goes foul. The shift has 3 infielders on the right side, not including the pitcher. So from the second base to the middle of the field to the right side has 4 fielders. 2 on the left side and only 2 outfielders. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Very strange shift. And the pitch is kind of flared back. Streetman trying to go the other way, looks like, and avoid the shift. Batting left-handed, not switching over with 2 strikes. Going to stay on the left-hand side. And the pitch swung on, flared again to the left side. Just trying to chop at it and flare that ball down to the left field alley. But center field is wide open. No one in center field. We have a left fielder and a right fielder, no center fielder. Perkins on the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled at the plate.
She's battling.
About 4 foul balls here in a row for Streetman. The 0-2 pitch, 1 out. Howe leading 3-2, top of the 7th inning. Streetman battling away. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and a little dribbler out to the pitcher. Perkins deals, throws, safe. Streetman beat it out to first base. The speedy freshman, just too much speed, and got down the line quickly. Gets a big congratulatory pat on the head from Coach Zach Hudson. And with 1 out, Streetman, you would think, might be on the run here, but with the big bat Tenney coming up, you got to be careful. It's just an insurance run. The Lady Bulldogs already have the lead, so you can kind of deal with that runner at first. So chalk it up a base hit for Streetman. 1 out. Tenney at the plate in the back of the box. Perkins deals. Inside pitch popped up right field. Coming on is Kate. She makes the catch. Streetman stays put. And now Kayla Anderson.
Yeah, what do you do here?
Anderson, who homered in her last at bat, right down the line, about 203 feet, right over the 200 mark.
Kayla Anderson.
And big, tall, right-handed hitter chops one at the plate. It goes foul right behind the plate. 2 outs now for the Lady Bulldogs. A ball, or actually no balls and 1 strike on Kayla Anderson. Leading 3-2. What has turned out to be a beautiful night in Prosper. No precipitation at all.
No wind.
No wind. A nice, comfortable evening. Here's Perkins. She'll deal. Streetman on the run, and here's a bouncer to the first baseman. And that'll be it for the Lady Bulldogs in the top of the 7th as Anderson grounds out. 3 unassisted. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th, and you better put your seatbelts on. The Lady Bulldogs have 3 outs to go to win game 1 of the series. Back in a moment.
The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers.
Oh, doctor, here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning. Lady Bulldogs leading 3-2. A nice comeback in the 6th inning by the Lady Bulldogs. A homer by Kayla Anderson. full in check, ended up scoring. She was running for Stubblefield, who singled. Danny Ross with a big RBI single, and then Christina Counts with a huge RBI double that gave the Lady Bulldogs a 3-2 lead. All 3 runs came in that 6th inning. Here's Stubblefield starting the 7th inning with a slow pitch strike taken by Perkins, and the 2 counterparts going at it here. Perkins takes strike 1 to start the 7th. Again, thanks to Baker Air Conditioning and Independent Bank for allowing this broadcast to be possible. Here's Stubblefield, and that is a ball taken just off the plate. That evens the count at 1.
Yeah, Baker's been around since Nixon.
Yeah. You know, it could have been LBJ.
Right.
Very close. I did some research there, but there's some gray area. Stubblefield with a wind, and the pitch just a bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Blackburn will play on the edge of the grass. Call it turf, as it is an actual dirt infield, but the outfield and surrounding areas are turf. Stubblefield winds. The 2-1 pitch is fouled back 2-2.
So I wonder if the warning track, you're used to the crunch. It don't crunch when you get there. So if you're not paying attention, you don't notice the off color. Boy, that wall comes up in a hurry.
Is that not a dirt warning track?
I don't think so. I think it's turf.
Okay. Well, that doesn't really do anything for you.
No, because you can't, unless you catch it peripheral.
Here's the pitch. Slow and outside. And now we have a full count on the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, see, if you're used to that crunch, you hit that warning track, there's no crunch.
Well, this is obviously huge. You never want to walk the leadoff hitter, especially in a 1-run game. And Stubblefield faces a full count here. There's a strike, but it's flared down the right field line and out of play. We'll do it again. Lady Bulldogs leading 3-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Need 3 outs to win game 1 of this Region 2 semifinal matchup with undefeated Whitewright. Stubblefield winds her arm, fires the ball in her glove, now toes the rubber. 3-2 count. And there's a called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Perkins didn't like it, but she runs back to the dugout. There is 1 out for your Lady Bulldogs. That is the 6th strikeout for Stubblefield tonight, and her 3rd in a row. And now Clark steps up, the number 9 hitter. And the Lady Bulldogs are 2 outs away. Blackburn on the edge of the turf at short. Here's the first pitch, a slow changeup, just a bit inside for ball 1. Hargrove playing at normal depth at second base. Anderson a step or 2 in front of the bag at first. Griffin even with the bag and guarding the line at third. Outfield played straight away. In the outfield is Tenney, Streetman, and Counts. Here's the 1-0 pitch, called strike. Up and on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out.
Well, this is a position Whitewright hadn't been in all year long.
You guys aren't going to be here tomorrow. I got to recruit somebody.
No, I may try to.
Whoa, there's the slow changeup. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
What time do we start tomorrow?
6 o'clock, same time.
6 o'clock.
Tori fires the ball into her mid again. Rotates her arm around, fires that ball in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Looked at just off the outside part of the plate, ball 2.
That was close.
Behind the circle goes Stubblefield. Rubs her hand in the dirt. Wipes it off on her right thigh. Gets the ball. Rotates it in her glove. Pops that glove again. Now toes the rubber. Spins the ball in her right hand. Spins it through a high ball for ball 3. That's a fastball. Stubblefield walked Clark the last time she was up, and you hate to walk the number 9 hitter, and she's one away from doing it again. A full count again for Stubblefield. Here's the wind and the pitch just off the plate. That's ball 4. And Clark didn't know it. She had no idea she had 3 balls.
Yeah,
the umpire had to tell her to go to first base.
You know, no, that's something you need to be, at this age, you should know.
You got to be aware a little bit of this kind of surroundings, but I can see how the moment can get away from you.
Right.
So now the tying run is at first base, and a pinch runner for Whitewright will be Tucker Caraway. Actually, Caraway comes to the plate. As trying to find out those numbers, and it's just really hard to see who's running at first. Those numbers are just almost impossible to make out from here. But nonetheless, there is a runner for Clark at first base. And Caraway will step to the plate, but time will be called, and now the infield wants to talk about it. The outfield wants to talk about it. Stubblefield on the year is 10-0, so something has to give. Whitewright is undefeated. Stubblefield undefeated. She has struck out 122 batters coming into the game in only 85 innings. That is a tremendous strikeout to innings pitched ratio. She only, and I say only, she only has 6 tonight. Stubblefield struck out 13 in game 1 against Brock last week through 207 pitches.
That's what I was.
And she's making her way to that amount tonight. And it looks like Ramey Copeland will be the runner at first. That is my cousin. And
well, it's hard to see those numbers.
How do I do this? All right, there's a change up.
She's pink.
For ball 1 coming in. So 1 out, a 1-0 count. And Ramey Copeland is the tying run at first base.
Now remember, Ramey, your cousin didn't know for sure.
Here's the pitch. Stubblefield just inside. And now we have a 2-0 count to Tucker Caraway, the leadoff hitter.
And by the way, Ramey, we need better numbers. If you can tell your coach to get brighter numbers.
There you go.
It'll help the old man out up here.
And Michael Mosier said that.
That's right.
Stubblefield wipes some dirt on her hand, comes back to the rubber and deals. And a ball taken. That's actually strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike right down the middle. It was completely taken by Caraway, and Stubblefield now goes again to the back of the circle, rubs her hand on the ground again, doing that almost every pitch now. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out. And the pitch. High, ball 3.
And you recently had a birthday which did throw you into the old man stage, didn't it?
I got thrown in last year.
Ah.
I'm 41 now.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Here's the pitch, and that's ball 4. Runners at first and second with 1 out now. And Lady Bulldogs are kind of hoping Stubblefield can calm down here a little bit. Kate comes to the plate, Sierra Kate. She struck out, singled, and then hit that crazy line drive that went off of both Counts and Streetman. She ended up later being tagged out at second base for overrunning the bag. But that was a big moment in this game as well. Runners at first and second. One out. Stubblefield deals. Strike one. Lady Bulldogs lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 outs away from advancing, or for winning game one, rather. On the rubber. There's Stubblefield. The slow one. It's going to be taken by Kayla Anderson, who throws it over to Griffin at third to try to get that force out, but did not. And now the bases are loaded. Anderson fired it over to third, but Clark was already there. So that'll go as a fielder's choice. 3-5. And now the bases are loaded. And everybody's grouping right there inside the circle as Coach Jordan Dushek is going to talk it over with the infield and find the strategy here with the tying run at third base with one out. In a huge moment in this game as the first of the Shope girls step to the plate. Hattie, the sophomore, who plays shortstop, will bat here with one out and the base is loaded. Trailing 3-2 to Howe. Now the go-ahead and winning run is at second base. And she is represented by Tucker Caraway. And if Caraway scores, the game's over. So in steps Hattie Shope. The undefeated Whitewright Tigers trying to find a way to win. Tori Stubblefield, the freshman, trying to find a way to get a big, huge strikeout or a pop-up right here. Stubblefield fires strike one. A little bit high, right at the letters. A little rising fastball. And she quickly gets ahead of Hannah Shope, 0-1. One out, bottom of the 7th. Stubblefield winds and deals. The slow changeup comes up a little bit short, 1-1. Need a strikeout or a pop-up here. Another trip behind the circle to rub her hand in the dirt. Winds her arm, fires it into the glove, steps back on the rubber. Twirls the ball in her right hand, and here comes the pitch. Swung on, base hit to left field. Coming up is Tenney, firing it home. The tying run scores, the winning run scores. And Whitewright has won game one, and Phil Shope high steps his way from third base all the way to the first base dugout as this ball game is over. Whitewright wins game one in come from behind fashion with a base hit by Hattie Shope. The coach's daughter, the sophomore, comes through with a 2 RBI single.
Well. I knew this was going to be a good game, and it was definitely a well-fought game.
So final tonight, 4-3. Whitewright remains undefeated. And a huge turn of events in this softball game. Just a huge turn of events. And you tip your hat to Perkins, who kept them into the game. And you tip your hat to Hattie Shope, who obviously had the huge hit there. The game winner for Whitewright. And the Lady Bulldogs will come back tomorrow with Madison Hargrove on the hill and try to even the series at 1 tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll be back in just a moment to start wrapping this one up.
The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers.
Well, the Whitewright Lady Tigers win it tonight 4-3 and jump out to a 1-0 lead in this series. Let's recap this game really quickly, if we may. Michael Mosier, Stephen Braswell. The Lady Bulldogs, the visitors tonight, started off the top of the first inning, were held scoreless as they were much of the game except for the sixth inning. No runs on one hit in the first inning, and that hit was by Peyton Streetman. Basically, Perkins struck out the side in the second inning, and in the third, Perkins faced four batters, and again, no hits in the fourth and the third inning. In the fourth, a hit for the Lady Bulldogs as Madison Hargrove placed a double up the alley in right field, but couldn't score. In the fifth inning, another hit, but not much doing there. Counts hit a double, first of two on the night, but she didn't score. She actually led off the inning with a double and couldn't score. But in the sixth inning is where Howe did their damage with 3 runs in the inning. It was Tenney who led off with a line out to center field rather, and then Kayla Anderson homered right down the line and left about 203 feet, right over the 200-foot mark, yellow stripe. And then moments later, Stubblefield hit a single. Fulencheck ran for her. Hargrove struck out. Danny Ross had a huge RBI single. And then Christina Counts followed with another huge RBI double that scored Ross. And that was the 3 runs that Howe had. For Whitewright, they didn't score until the third inning. And it was Tucker Caraway who scored 2 of the 4 runs tonight for Whitewright. She walked, and that was the problem tonight for Stubblefield. She was a little bit wild. She had 6 strikeouts, but just a little bit wild tonight, which allowed a lot of pitches for one, and it allowed Whitewright to load up the bases with base runners. In the 5th inning, Perkins scored. She led off the inning with a single and eventually scored. And then that was pretty much all the scoring for Whitewright. You thought that was going to be it, as Howe was at one point 1 out away with a leadoff strikeout in the bottom of the 7th. And then all of a sudden, Stubblefield couldn't find the zone. She walked Clark, and then she walked Caraway. And then Kate hit a fielder's choice, which Kayla Anderson fielded it, threw it to third base, couldn't get that out, so the bases were loaded for Hattie Shope, who just stroked a single right through the shortstop and third base. Peyton Tenney grabbed it, fired on to home plate, but was just a little bit late. The winning run scored, which was Caraway, her second run of the night, and that's the one that counted the most for the Lady Tigers. So tomorrow, Madison Hargrove will be on the mound, in the circle, on the rubber for the Howe Lady Bulldogs. And you'd imagine that Tucker Caraway will probably be in the circle for the Whitewright Lady Tigers, as those two, Perkins and Caraway, have done almost all of the damage this year so far for the Whitewright Lady Tigers. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including Michael Mosher,
That's right, I'm here.
Stephen Braswell, thank y'all for making the trip. Really appreciate it. It's a little bit different than football.
It's different than football, but it'll be all right. We're going to get there.
For everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Monty Walker. So long, everybody.
The heat is on at this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard Nixon was president, but there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning. They service all brands and have been in office for nearly 50 years. Independent Bank supports all the talented student athletes participating in tonight's regional semifinal. We know how much hard work goes into a championship season, both on and off the field. We also recognize the value of teammates you can depend on. Independent Bank is committed to building stronger communities, stronger families, and stronger teams throughout Texas. Good luck, Lady Bulldogs, and good luck, Lady Tigers. The heat is on in this regional semifinal classic, and Baker Air Conditioning wants to make sure you're cooled off this summer. Baker Air Conditioning is a proud supporter of the hometown Lady Bulldogs as well as the rival Lady Tigers. Call Baker Air Conditioning at 903-532-6255. They've been at 215 North Denny Street in Howe since Richard